Hi, I'm Luke Fahrenwald.
And I'm his twin sister, Lila Fahrenwald.
And today, we're going to talk about the benefits of team sports that you often don't get from your traditional high school classes.
For years, my brother and I have had two separate personas, our school life and our soccer life. I guess you could say we're kind of like Hannah Montana, except instead of being famous, we're just tired.
So tired. But seriously, people in my classes are often surprised to hear I play on a competitive travel team.
Right, and people on my club team are often surprised to hear about my rigorous school schedule. It's not common to play soccer at the highest level while keeping up with 6 AP classes.
Think about the top 5% of students at our school. There'd be many of them involved in things like academic decathlon, robotics, and orchestra. But sports? There'd be far fewer athletes.
The dumb jock stereotype exists because people think that sports and smarts don't mix, that it's brains versus brawn. But this is simply untrue. Studies show that teens in sports are 20 to 30% more likely to report higher GPAs and graduate high school than non-athletes.
My sister and I completely understand why this is the case. We've both had enough experience in soccer to see the sport translate to all aspects of our lives. This should make sports appealing to everyone, not just jocks. Take confidence. When you learn how to play well in front of a large audience under a ton of pressure, of course you're going to gain a lot of self-esteem and confidence. Actually, you can't even play well in the first place without having belief in your teammates and especially in yourself. It's no wonder that people are 50% more likely to report higher confidence after playing sports.
Think about leadership too. Studies show that 70% of top CEOs played sports in college. Also, up to 93% of female executives making over $100,000 a year played in their youth.
These statistics aren't coincidences. Sports aren't just games. They build skills that extend far beyond high school or college. They're practice for the real life.
Sports foster healthy habits, discipline, and accountability. If you think about it, most teenagers are kind of on their own little island. For example, if you don't get enough sleep and therefore bomb the exam the next morning, this affects only you. But on a team, your mistakes not only affect you, but they hurt you and everyone else around you. And this teaches accountability.
A team's only as good as their worst player.
Right, and by being held accountable, you're forced to consistently practice healthy habits that will set you up for success.
We've thought of 4 of these habits. 1, nutrition. Trust me, in 100-degree Texas heat, you learn how to properly fuel your body and the value of hydration. 2, fitness. Of course, as an athlete, you learn how to exercise consistently. It's no wonder that adults who used to play sports are far more active than those who didn't. 3, sleep and rest. When you get enough sleep the night before a big game, you're not going to fall asleep in your classes. And this shows one example of the correlation between school and sport success.
4, focus. Athletes are in a state of pure concentration until that whistle blows. When our mom asked us on the drive home, "Did you hear how obnoxious those parents were on the sidelines?" The answer is always no. Everything but the game fades away. Now, in the age of distractions, you guys probably want to check your phone right now. This is a very essential skill to have to be able to fully focus on the task at hand.
Sports also discourage bad habits. Athletes have worked far too hard to throw it all away doing drugs or alcohol or something that would inhibit their performance.
Another huge part of sports is strategy. And I know a lot of people don't think of strategy when they think of soccer or other team sports, but like chess, it's just as much a mind game as anything.
Right. Us soccer players go into games with a whole set of knowledge to keep track of. How the defense supports the midfield and how the midfield supports the offense. Where on the field you need to be and when to play through balls or when to play it to their feet. Set pieces, formations. These are what we call soccer IQ, but every sport has its own version of this.
Right, and there's a quote, "Games are won in the mind," and this is completely true. You have to be able to understand and analyze the strengths of your own teammates and the weaknesses of the opposing team. And then you have to be able to apply this to the real game in order to win. Bottom line, if you want to even have a chance, you need to strategize.
Sports also teach you how to effectively communicate. There's a saying in soccer, you can tell what team is winning based on sound alone. The louder team is the more organized team, and the more organized team is the winning team. Actually, communication in sports has to be so good, it's basically automatic. As an outside back, if I push up and nobody's covering for me, the other team is going to score. It's as simple as that.
Teamwork, too. I don't get to choose the girls on my team. I mean, I wish I could. But because teamwork is such a huge aspect of soccer, I have to learn how to work well with everyone. And this means learning to coordinate with people I might not be compatible with and I might not even like. Now, you don't get to choose your coworkers either, or your siblings. So this is just a very good life skill to have. Actually, 61% of people say that collaboration skills developed while playing sports contributed significantly to their overall career success.
Athletes also undergo constant adversity. This is in many forms, whether it's cramps during practice, off-season conditioning drills, bad games, or schedules. Don't even get me started on schedules. They always overlap and they always conflict. It's the worst. However, us athletes learn how to make good of these bad situations and to never give up. Just this past fall, my team was down 4 goals to the top team in our league, but we stuck with it and we ended up tying the game. While we only got 1 point from this tie, the 1 point proved to be crucial to our league standings.
And grit too. I'm sure every athlete has had that coach they despise. I mean, they run a bad practice, they have a bad attitude, and worst of all, they can't coach to save their lives. But athletes learn how to take a bad situation and make it a good one by coming out as a better and stronger player. Adaptability is also a huge aspect of sports. Athletes have to learn how to play anywhere. And for soccer, you have to know how to play center back, midfielder, striker, or even goalie if you're low in numbers. A good athlete is willing to play anywhere in order to be there for their coach and team, and this teaches flexibility and adaptability.
But the best part about team sports is that they're fun. There's something to look forward to at the end of a long school day. They make you obsessed with bettering yourselves in the hopes of winning the next game, and they become deeply ingrained in your identity. Like they say in Ted Lasso, football is life.
And your teammates, those are your allies. It's you guys against the world. Sports offer deep, lasting connections and friendships, and we can vouch for this because some of our best friends have come from going through the ups and downs of soccer with them. Sports also give a sense of belonging and a built-in network of friends, and this network includes people that you might have never met outside of the sport. So we've given you a lot of examples of our personal experience in soccer and team sports in general, but we're going to give you 4 statistics from a survey of over 2,000 adults to prove that the benefits of team sports are universal.
91% said that the positive impact of sports continued into their adult lives.
89% said that sports built confidence that fostered their success today.
88% said sports taught their kids the value of things like cooperation and leadership.
And 77% said that friendships made from sports lasted into adulthood.
So we ask again, why are sports overlooked by the academically motivated? They produce all these great benefits, all the while keeping athletes in shape. Let's redefine the narrative and stop thinking of sports as things that academic students don't have time for or need.
Maybe the real dumb jock stereotype is not playing team sports at all. Because honestly, we've learned more in the soccer field than in any of our AP classes.
Thank you.